Hey everyone, this is Rostik the Weatherman, and I am back to doing my monthly and seasonal outlooks for our country on the weather. And tonight I would like to give you the winter outlook for this upcoming winter season. First of all, I'd like to start off in the Northeast, and this year it's not going to be as bad as last year in terms of snowfall. However, we are still going to have the cold, we are still going to have the snow around, but it's not going to be as much snow. Instead of having 60 inches in New York like last year, it's going to be more around average, around 30 to 35 inches. So not as many as... Start over here. Hey everyone, this is Rostik the Weatherman, and I am back to doing my monthly and seasonal weather outlooks for our country. And tonight I would like to give you the winter outlook for this upcoming 2012-2011 season. I mean 2011-2012 season. There we go. I'd like to first start off in the Northeast, where this year it's going to still be snowy and cold. However, the snow is not going to be as abundant as last year. We're going to be more toward average snowfall. So places like New York City, instead of seeing 60 plus inches of snow last year, we're going to have more of a typical year, around 30 to 35 inches of snow. So it's still going to be snowy, still going to be cold, but we're not going to have as many snow events as last year as well, where we had 4 or 5 blizzards pretty much paralyzed the 95 corridor. We're just not going to have it this year. Where a lot of the snow and cold is going to be this year, it's going to be over into the Midwest and Great Lakes region. So places like Minneapolis, Chicago, you're going to have a lot of blizzards and snow this year, along with extremely cold conditions. So that's where the brunt of winter is going to be focused this year. So places in the Midwest, get ready, because this year is going to be a harsh one. Now, places down south, from the Carolinas down across the Gulf Coast and into Florida, this year it's going to be milder and a bit drier, especially once you get down to Florida. So best places to see any frozen precipitation like ice or snow is going to be in the mountains of the southern Appalachians, and then anywhere from Kentucky, Tennessee over into Arkansas, and maybe places into Texas and Oklahoma. That's where you're going to see most of the wintry precipitation for the south. And places further south into Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, all those places, not really going to see snow this year. It's mainly going to be rain events. Yes, you could get maybe 1 or 2 ice events, but just snow is really not in the forecast for the southern states this winter. Going over into the southern plains, it's going to be the same case. Places like from Dallas southward, not a whole lot of snow, and unfortunately not a lot of precipitation as well. And Texas really needs the precipitation because they're in just a really bad drought. Places north into Oklahoma and Kansas, that's where you're going to see more of the winter precipitation and more of the cold shots coming through, with cold fronts and storms coming out of the Midwest and the Rockies. And going into the Rockies itself, the northern Rockies are going to have pretty much a typical snowy season, so that's going to be good for skiing and other places like that. Going down to the southern Rockies, however, not so much. It's going to be milder and unfortunately drier, so not a whole lot of snow for places in New Mexico, Arizona, maybe parts of Utah and Colorado. Just not a whole lot of snow this year, unfortunately, and it is going to be, like I said, warmer than average. Going into the Pacific Northwest, they're going to have their typical rain events like Portland and Seattle and Medford always see, usually throughout the whole entire winter season. Rain events coming off onshore, not offshore, onshore from the Pacific Ocean. And so the coast will see rain, and then of course the mountains will see snow, and it's supposed to be a lot of snow this year, so that's going to be good for skiing as well. And then going down into the California area, We are going to have some rain, just not a whole lot of it, but it is going to be enough. It's not going to be bone dry, but it's not going to be totally saturated. So I'll give it like a 50-50 chance of seeing rain this winter in California. So that's pretty much it for the whole entire country in terms of what we're going to see precipitation-wise.